poppin', everybody? Bailey Strasser here, weekly Wednesday prediction. We're getting down to the nitty gritty. Week 11. Week 11. And if you like what you see, comment below. Describe your thoughts. Let's get down to business and predict who I believe will win each game. Indianapolis and New Orleans are on bye this week. I think there's not many weeks left that are bye weeks, but still a lot to be thinking about. New York Giants at New England Patriots. I think New England right now, they got their new Brady. I mean, they got Drake May. New England is going to be a team to reckon with. I think they are really starting to rise up to the occasion, and it was a great decision. New York Jets, as much as their 2-game winning streak was great, despite all the players they lost, this should be a New England victory against the Jets. It should be. That's all I'll say there. Sunday, some good matchups. We have the Washington Commanders at the Miami Dolphins. Obviously, the Commanders have just looked terrible. Their defense is bad. Everything about it. I just think Washington's season's pretty much over. Miami, despite their season being an absolute dumpster fire, I'm surprisingly still going to take the Miami Dolphins to win this game, especially after last week's fantastic dominant performance against the Bills. Next up, Carolina Panthers at the Atlanta Falcons. They are just the weirdest team. This Atlanta team can play so good against competition and so bad against average Joes. I feel like we'll get maybe a close one, but I'll say Atlanta squeaks out the win just barely. Because they're at home, I don't know. Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Buffalo Bills. I'm taking the Bills. It seems to be that Tampa Bay does good against everybody else except teams that are up to their competition. So truthfully, I can't say that Tampa Bay is a front runner because I have not beaten the top dogs. I thought Mayfield was the MVP for a while, but after last week, I think it's safe to say that Drake May right now is my MVP. He lost it. I'm going to take the Bills. I think it's going to slack a little. Houston Texans at Tennessee Titans. What a big comeback win for the Houston Texans. Tennessee they just have no talent at all. I'm going with the Texans. Even without C.J. Stroud, I think Houston is definitely a better team than the Titans for sure. Chicago Bears at Minnesota Vikings. I feel like the Bears have really gotten lucky with like every single game they played this season. I think the Vikings are actually going to win this game. I know the Vikings have beat them the first time, but I think the Vikings had their number last time. I think the Bears just have won through some luck. I'm not saying they're a good team or a bad team. I don't know yet. But I'm going to say the Vikings actually get the win here. Green Bay Packers at the New York Giants. As a Packers fan, I think our season's over. I think we're done. I think we're trash. I don't know what else to say. The thing is, if they don't lose, if they lose to like the New York Giants, who have already they've already lost Neighbors, Scatabo. Dart is going to be not even playing. They're going with Jameis Winston. They fired their coach. It's just in the makings for what I'm exactly seeing in 2018. I'm actually going to take the Giants. In honestly the hope that, I don't know. I don't know if I can trust the Packers to win another game. I just don't. I'm actually taking the Giants, believe it or not. Especially since the last time Green Bay faced the Giants, they lost to Tommy DeVito. I'm taking the Giants despite, I don't know. Cincinnati Bengals, Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm taking Pittsburgh for round 2. Cincinnati may have won this first matchup, but I think Pittsburgh is going to win round 2 on this one. Los Angeles Rams at Jacksonville Jaguars. Give me the Chargers. Los Angeles Chargers versus Jacksonville Jaguars. Sorry. I'm going to take the Chargers. I think, yes, as I said, Jacksonville is trending downward. I just don't think they're really as good now. I think they had a hot start, but I think they're starting to really kind of pick up with where they're supposed to be. I'm taking the Chargers in a close one. Oh, this is a good matchup. Seattle Seahawks at the Los Angeles Rams. A game of the two teams that are probably, I think, have the best records right now in the league. Between the two, Seattle's been really hot. The Rams just have a stellar offense. I'm going to take the Rams. I just feel like they have more experience right now. But again, I'm not sure on this one. 49ers, Cardinals. Cardinals got absolutely demolished last week. I know they're capable of winning games, but as of right now, I just don't know. I don't think they're that good. I'm taking the 49ers. Yeah. Baltimore Ravens at Cleveland Browns. Believe it or not, Baltimore was 1-5. They're about to be 5-5. They've turned their season around, and now they're really in the running. Taking the Baltimore Ravens, they should beat the Cleveland Browns. This should be a victory for Baltimore. Then we got the game of... This is the game of the week. We have the Kansas City Chiefs at the Denver Broncos. Kansas City needs this game so desperately to stay in the running. Denver Broncos, if they win this game, they're going to have a huge advantage at the division and a huge lead at the division. Between these two teams, Kansas City... I know Denver won the last game against Kansas City, but I'm going to take the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs, with getting Rashee Rice back, Denver's just not... Sometimes they're a great team because their defense is the best in the league, but their offense just doesn't really come through most of the time. Despite this being a home game for Denver, I'm going to take the Chiefs. I think we're going to get a great game, but I think Chiefs edge it out at the very end. And yeah. And then the Detroit Lions at the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday Night Football. This is probably the best matchup we're seeing in a while between these two teams. I'm going with the Detroit Lions. I'm so hard. I know that this is Philly's home game. I'm taking Detroit. I just feel it that Detroit. I don't think Philadelphia is as good as what they are. I think that they're the identity that they had last year. I just don't see that this year. I think Detroit is still doing what they're doing. And then Monday Night Football, Dallas Cowboys at Las Vegas Raiders. I'm taking Dallas on that one. So if you like what you see, subscribe below, comment your thoughts, and as always, we will see you next time.